It's been a busy day across college football and certainly here in Chapel Hill and on GoHeels.com as we bring you coverage of National Signing Day. I'm Jones Angel alongside the head coach of the Tar Heels, Larry Fedora. Coach, you already had 5 early enrollees, 17 more guys sent in their letters of intent today. First of all, let's just talk a little bit about this class. I know it's one that you're excited about.
I'm extremely excited about this class. First of all, we had probably 95% of the class completed by July. And we added a couple of guys here in the last month, and so it's been a class that's been together for a long time, and one we've been very excited about from the beginning because, one, we've got guys with a lot of great character in this class. I mean, great academic achievement so far in the classroom, and then guys that are just very, very athletic and really run.
I want to break the class down just a little bit, Coach. It seemed like offensive line was a big priority for you in this one. 4 O-linemen coming in.
Yeah, it's definitely a need for us. We need to create some depth in the offensive line, and with our scholarship limitations, that's been difficult. And so we wanted to focus on the O-line this year, and signing 4 guys was very important. We got 2 that are on the edge, two very long guys with a lot of length and long arms. So they'll be edge guys, and then we got 2 guys that are road grader type guys that'll be on the inside.
One of those road graders on the inside was one of your last signees. In fact, I believe the last guy to commit to you, and Jared Cohen, which just happened here in the last couple of weeks. How did all that play out at such a last minute?
Well, Jared was committed to another school for a long time. We knew about him. He actually committed last February. And so we kind of stayed in touch, but we also knew that he was committed to a school. And so at some point, Jared decided he wanted to open up his commitment, and he wanted to start looking around. And when he did, we jumped all over him because we knew he was a guy that would fit in here and do well.
Carolina also coached 4 defensive backs in this class, another area where it seemed like you wanted to get some help.
We did. We really needed, especially at safety. We signed 3 safeties in this class and 1 corner. And we wanted some length with those safeties. We needed some guys with some size, and I think every one of the 3 safeties are at least 6'2", maybe a little taller, and they're all in that 210-pound range. And so we got some guys that can deliver a blow back there.
Talking to Larry Fedora about National Signing Day. Carolina with 17 signees today, plus the 5 early enrollees for 22 total commitments this season. And, Coach, Charlotte has been a big area for you since arriving in Chapel Hill, and 5 guys from the Charlotte area, now Tar Heels.
Yeah, I think we had 8 guys from the state, and we feel like those 8 guys are the best at their position in the state of North Carolina. And then 5 of those guys came out of the Charlotte area, and Gunnar Brewer does a great job of recruiting that area. But you start with Elijah Hood, the running back that's already in school with us and a great player, player of the year in the state. And, I mean, I can't say enough good things about Elijah. You got Bentley Spain, who was the best offensive lineman in the state out of the Charlotte area, and another kid that played in the U.S. Army All-Star game over in San Antonio. And then you've got Robert Dinkins, the defensive end that's been with us for probably the longest because he committed when he was a sophomore. You have Cason Collins, the big linebacker that can run all over the place, averaged like 20 tackles a game this year. And then you have Austin Prohl. Austin Prohl is a guy that came to the Freak Show and just blew it away. He was running 4.4s every time. He was the most competitive guy on the field, and one of those guys that's not big in stature, but he's got a lot in his chest.
Coach, the state of Georgia seemed to be important to Carolina football this year in recruiting. When you elected to look outside of the Tar Heel state, 5 guys from Georgia committed to be Tar Heels.
Well, there's a lot of good high school football players in the state of Georgia, and we've got 3 coaches that work that state extensively. And we were able to get 4 guys out of Cobb County alone. We got the Cobb County Player of the Year in Tyrell Tomlin. We signed 3 safeties out of there with Aiden Bonilla, Cameron Albright, and Alan Artis. And then we went down to Macon and grabbed the big offensive tackle and Caleb Samuel. So that's 5.5 hours from Chapel Hill. So it's definitely driving. You can drive back and forth. It's good for their families to be able to get here. And these people are all great players with great character.
Larry Fedora, the head coach of Carolina football, talking about the 2014 signing class for the Tar Heels. Coach, wanted to change gears just a little bit. You had to deal with some staff turnover this year right around signing day. It's going to happen when you have quality assistants like you bring here to Chapel Hill. How did you handle losing a couple of key staff members right around signing day?
Well, we were fortunate this year because the majority of this class was put together. And so that, you know, these guys were here because they wanted to be Tar Heels. It wasn't necessarily one coach or another. It's just they wanted to be at the University of North Carolina, and that's always very important. You know, but when we lost, we lost Blake and Walt. Walt had the opportunity to be an offense coordinator with Blake, as Blake's going to be the head coach at Arkansas State, which we're excited for them. So we just took it easy at that point, didn't worry about it, even though the guys they were recruiting, the rest of the guys picked them up, and we took over from there. I mean, it was good that the entire staff had relationships with all those guys. And then Randy Jordan just recently took a job with the Washington Redskins, and so it was an opportunity for him to get back into the NFL, something that he always wanted to do. We hate to see all three of those guys go, but they all have helped themselves and their families, and so we're proud of them and excited for them. So, we've brought in Seth Luttrell. Seth Luttrell is going to be calling the plays on offense. He's also going to coach the tight ends. I think he's really excited. I think we're titling him as the assistant head coach of the offense, and excited about what Seth brings to the table. And we're in the process of hiring a running back coach and a quarterback coach that we'll be naming here just in a couple days.
What'd you like about Seth throughout that process when you were trying to fill that position?
Well, I've watched Seth for a long time. Seth was a great player at OU when they won a national championship. He went on and he was coaching at Texas Tech with Mike Leach. So we were recruiting against him when I was at Oklahoma State. He did a great job in recruiting, and then he went on to Arizona, and I watched the job he did at Arizona, and then he became a coordinator there, and he became a coordinator with Kevin Wilson in Indiana, and they put up some crazy numbers the last couple of years, and that's with probably a team that's not as good as the teams they're facing, and he did some really good job with it. So I'm excited about what he's going to bring to the table.
Two more things with Larry Fedora before we let you go, Coach, here on GoHeels.com. You've already been working the phones here for the future years. I know you're excited about the class coming in today, but still trying to build that foundation for 15 and 16 and beyond.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of time. We're only 365 days from that 2015 class, and so we've been working extremely hard on that this morning since about 6:30, talking to as many players as we can in that 15 class and any of the guys in the 16 class. And so, this staff will not be outworked, I can assure you. We're going to continue to work hard. There's a tremendous buzz around the country on what's happening at Carolina, and it makes it a whole lot easier.
Last thing, Coach, you're a couple weeks and months now removed from the 2013 season. Now that you've kind of decompressed from that, if you can decompress, I'm not sure you can, but decompress from that, what are your thoughts coming out of what was a very successful second half of your last season?
Yeah, I think our team learned a lot. We only had 9 seniors on last year's team, and so we were very young. But that's not an excuse because we're only going to have 8 seniors this upcoming year. So, we're going to be young again. So I'm hoping that the youth we have on this football team learn from the mistakes that we made early in the year last year. As we grew and matured as a football team, we got to be a pretty good football team, and I hope we're going to pick up where we left off.
Always a pleasure to be with the head coach of the Tar Heels, Larry Fedora. We appreciate you following us all day long here on GoHeels.com. Hope some of you are going to be with us tonight at the signing day celebration in the Blue Zone. Coach, congratulations on a great day today with a tremendous signing class, and looking forward to the 2014 Carolina football season.
Well, thank you, Jones. It's always a pleasure being with you.
Thanks again for being with us here on GoHeels.com.
GoHeels.com coverage of signing day is brought to you by AT&T. AT&T makes high-speed internet more affordable. Now everyone can be up to speed. Find out more at AT&T.com/possible. AT&T. Rethink possible.
Another one. Allison Dudek, Hales Corners, Wisconsin. Nice pass by Allison Dudek. Can she hang on to that spot?
With the UVerse wireless receiver, your TV goes where you take it, allowing inspiration to follow.
Pretty good, right?
Switch to UVerse and add a wireless receiver today.